In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on March 6, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Indiana State versus Southern Illinois. The Indiana State Sycamores and the Southern Illinois Salukis are set to face off this Thursday in a college basketball game at the Enterprise Center. Southern Illinois has been struggling lately, losing 5 of their last 6 games, and their defense hasn't been holding up well. Indiana State, on the other hand, just dominated Southern Illinois a few days ago, putting up 95 points while shooting an impressive 59.3% from the field. Indiana State's offense has the potential to catch fire unexpectedly, and if Southern Illinois doesn't step up their game, this matchup could turn into another one-sided affair. With an early start time and a neutral court, there's a chance both teams might come out a bit slow and messy to begin with. As our first pick for this matchup, the Indiana State Sycamores money line is our full game side pick. Indiana State has been averaging 80 points per game, shooting 46.4% from the field, while giving up 79 points on 45.9% shooting by their opponents. From three-point range, they're hitting 34.6% of their shots, and they're solid at the free throw line, making 75.4% of their attempts. Defensively, they're allowing opponents to shoot 34.7% from deep, and they're pulling down 32.5 rebounds per game. Southern Illinois, meanwhile, is putting up 73 points per game on 46% shooting, while allowing 74 points on 44.5% shooting by their opponents. They're shooting 35.1% from 3 and 67.7% from the free throw line. On defense, they're giving up 35.8% shooting from beyond the arc and grabbing 32.9 rebounds per game. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Florida Atlantic versus UAB. The Florida Atlantic Owls, with a record of 16-13 overall and 9-7 in the American Athletic Conference, are gearing up to take on the UAB Blazers, who stand at 19-10 overall and 12-4 in conference play. The game is scheduled for March 6th at Bartow Arena. Florida Atlantic is coming off a 69-63 victory on the road against the USF Bulls this past Sunday. Meanwhile, UAB is looking to bounce back from an 88-81 home loss to the Memphis Tigers. Also on Sunday, Florida Atlantic has been struggling lately, losing 3 of their last 4 games. Their only win during this stretch came against a struggling USF team. On the other hand, UAB has been fighting to stay near the top of the American Athletic Conference standings. They've won 4 of their last 5 games and have been tough to beat at home, with just 1 conference loss on their home court this season. When it comes to offensive efficiency, Florida Atlantic is averaging 113 points per 100 possessions, which is solid but pales in comparison to UAB's 117 points per 100 possessions. Florida Atlantic typically relies on their ability to score to win games, but they've hit a rough patch, failing to score more than 69 points in their last 4 games. To make matters worse, 3 of their last 4 losses have been by double digits. UAB has been the stronger team in this matchup for quite some time. Over the last few years, they've dominated Florida Atlantic, going 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 meetings. One area where UAB has a clear edge is three-point shooting. In their last 5 games, Florida Atlantic has shot just 33.1% from beyond the arc, while UAB has been much more efficient, hitting 38.8% of their threes during the same stretch. As our first pick for this matchup, the UAB Blazers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams have shown they can shoot the ball well this season. Florida Atlantic is shooting 46.2% from the field as a team, while UAB is slightly better at 46.5%. Offensively, both squads rank among the top in the country. Florida Atlantic is 81st nationally with a 113.2 offensive rating, and UAB is even better at 36th with a 117.4 rating. These teams also like to play fast. Florida Atlantic is 71st in adjusted tempo, and UAB isn't far behind at 74th. Florida Atlantic averages 24.5 three-point attempts per game, which could be a problem for UAB, who ranks 245th in Division I in three-point defense. UAB has been on a scoring tear lately, putting up at least 80 points in 5 straight games, including an 80-point effort against Memphis, the top team in the conference. They also scored 81 points in their first meeting against Florida Atlantic this season. Florida Atlantic's three-point defense has been a major weakness, ranking 356th in the nation, and they've given up 80 points in 2 of their last 3 road games. The over has hit in 4 of UAB's last 6 games and in 4 of the last 7 matchups between these two teams. This game has the makings of a high-scoring affair. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Michigan State versus Iowa. The Michigan State Spartans are heading to Iowa this Thursday to take on the Hawkeyes in what promises to be an intriguing matchup. The game will be held at Carver Hawkeye Arena, where the Hawkeyes will look to continue their recent success against the Spartans, having won the last 2 meetings between the two teams. Michigan State, on the other hand, is riding a 5-game winning streak and has covered the spread in each of those contests. Only one of those victories was by fewer than 9 points, showcasing their dominance during this stretch. The Spartans are playing with momentum and have a chance to lock up the conference title with a win on Thursday night. Meanwhile, Iowa has struggled against the spread lately, going 11-1 in their last 13 games, which doesn't bode well for their chances in this one. Iowa's defense has been inconsistent this season, particularly when it comes to forcing missed shots, which could spell trouble against a Michigan State team that excels at offensive rebounding and creating second-chance opportunities. This puts additional pressure on Iowa's offense, which will have to contend with the Spartans' defense ranked 5th nationally by Ken Palm. Compounding the issue for the Hawkeyes is their lack of threat at the free throw line and on the offensive glass, not to mention the absence of their leading scorer. These factors make it difficult to see Iowa consistently breaking down Michigan State's defense. The Spartans have been on a tear, not only winning but also covering the spread in their last 5 games. 4 of those opponents were ranked in the AP Top 25, including the Maryland Terrapins, who sit 13th in the AP poll and 3rd in the Big Ten standings. Maryland was the only team in that stretch to keep the game within 7 points, further highlighting Michigan State's dominance. In the Big Ten standings, the Spartans hold a 1.5 game lead over the Michigan Wolverines, whom they'll face again on March 9th. With only 1 game left on Michigan's schedule, a win on Thursday would essentially secure the top seed in the Big Ten tournament for Michigan State. That's more than enough motivation for the Spartans to bring their A game, especially against an Iowa team that looks like the most beatable opponent they've faced in weeks. As our first pick for this matchup, the Michigan State Spartans to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The under has been a common theme in recent games for both teams. It has hit in 7 of Iowa's last 10 games and in 9 of Michigan State's last 10. The total for this game is set higher than the line in any of the Spartans' last 4 games and in 10 of their last 11. Iowa's offense has been struggling, scoring just 61 and 57 points in their last 2 games, while Michigan State has won 5 straight without reaching the 80-point mark in any of them. Additionally, the Spartans haven't allowed an opponent to score 70 points during this stretch. Historically, the under has been a solid bet in matchups between these two teams, with 4 of the last 5 meetings staying below the total. Michigan State has seen the under hit in 6 straight games, while Iowa has had 8 of their last 11 games fall short of the total. These trends suggest a defensive battle could be in store on Thursday. Michigan State's shooting tends to dip on the road, where they've hit just 44.7% of their shots, and their three-point shooting has been inconsistent all season. This could lead to a slower offensive performance for the Spartans. Iowa hasn't been much better, shooting only 43.5% over their last 5 games. Facing one of the nation's toughest defenses without their leading scorer, the Hawkeyes are in for a tough challenge on senior night. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.